I hate that because it's a family. It's a family that's broken apart. It's not entertainment. And unfortunately, it's become entertainment. And I don't like it, because it was somebody I love. What you cannot say and what I will not allow to be said is that doesn't make any logical sense. If it was about money, I would have just stayed where I was at. Clearly, I had access to everything that I wanted. That doesn't make any logical sense. I wouldn't leave it to go work multiple jobs, and people know I make a good amount of money. Why would I do that for money? I love this person, and there were just certain things that just didn't work out, and that's not for the world to know. That's not for people to know. That's for me and him to know. And I hate that our business is out on the media sites. I hate that because it's a family. It's a family that's broken apart. It's not entertainment. And unfortunately, it's become entertainment. And I don't like it, because it was somebody I love.
Well, dogs need to go use it in the morning. I've got to sync up their food situation. They have no sense of direction. I'm done walking in now. I don't know what that is. Anyway, cool. So listen, we're talking to you about Tyrese and Samantha Lee. It's really interesting. This situation has been going on for a little while. I've been kind of following it loosely. So I couldn't touch my back there. There's too much muscles. I've been following it loosely. And I guess, obviously, the question that everyone's always asking at the moment, and it's kind of been, it's not, the answer isn't there. It's been addressed here, is whether Samantha Lee really married Tyrese for money, and whether Tyrese just keeps meeting really bad women and he has to take accountability. Or whether it's a bit of both. Can two truths be true? Yes, I believe they can. And I think it's a bit of both. I think there is an aspect of them actually, money does play a role in these situations. Let's be freaking honest. 20K for child support is no small feat, right? Now, of course, in relation to what he makes, it is something. But 20K, no child needs 20K. But I guess obviously to maintain the lifestyle, I hear it. But it's 20K, right, a month, which is 240,000. It is almost double what she earns as a normal salary. So you're set for life. Forget the child. You're set for life. And so in some aspect, I can see how they make it about money. Another aspect too, I'm like, how many times we're going to hear from Tyrese talking about the situation with our good sis, Samantha, right? How many times we're going to talk about this? How many times we're going to talk about the fact that she's money grabbing? Because at what point do we have to say that if you know she's a money grabber, where's your accountability to say, actually, do you know what? I keep picking a certain type. And I say this because Tyrese, after a breakup, decides to destroy everybody always after the breakup. There always needs to be sharp words. Zelly, the same thing. He broke up with Zelly and he called her a daughter of a snake. So I'm not convinced that just because he says X, Y, and Z, that it is X, Y, and Z, because clearly when a thing breaks down, he goes in a particular direction, right? So we're going to talk a little bit more about their situation and what we can learn from it as well, and what key things are happening in this particular relationship. Because honestly, we see it all the time, and I would love to interview Tyrese and Samantha Lee one day and be able to get to the bottom of what actually was their perspective. Because when I hear Samantha Lee talk about the situation, she never goes into detail about what he is. And I don't want to be that person that will ask that question, but I guess I gotta ask that question. I'll be like, so what is it that you're saying that he actually did? Is it the fact that he might have been emotionally abusive? Is it the fact that his tongue was lashing? Was your tongue lashing? What did you do? You know what I mean? Like, how did you contribute to the downfall of the relationship? And I think that's also key in terms of why this relationship isn't the way it is. And I know right now she's trying to protect it by saying it's our business. But Tyrese lets us know that it's not. He keeps letting us know that it's our business, that we need to know about it. So let's talk a little bit more about it in a second or two. Before we do, make sure if you're new to the channel, you're going to do a massive favor. You're going to like it. You're going to share this with somebody else, and you're going to subscribe to the channel, because we're trying to reach 100K by the end of the year, and we need your fabulous help. We need you guys to be all hands on deck, and you helping us grow to that fabulous place. So make sure you click on that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And for those of you who are returnees who really know what it is, baby, you got the minerals. You got the minerals. Stay hydrated. Don't forget to click on the bell button as well. That will let you know when we go live and when we upload new videos. Well, Tyrese obviously responded to her comment, to her video actually, on the internet. He responded and he said, Tyrese says, I have no clue who this person is. Now, first and foremost, I know that sometimes in breakups, this does happen where you almost don't recognize the person who you was with. So I understand. He accused her of gaslighting is the most vile form of manipulation. She's out here trying to sell people on that nobody is sold on. Wow, just falling victim. Just or just I guess effing wow, just effing wow. I think you meant to say. Do you really hate that our business is out on the media sites? Question. And I think that's where we need to start because I think that's a good question, right? Does Samantha Lee actually hate the fact that their things is on the media outlet? Well, it would seem in some shape or form, she does keep saying it, partly yes. But what he's about to produce, I also understand that, well, maybe partly yes, but when it suited her that she needed to make a win, and by the way, when you get lawyers involved, attorneys involved, just know they will do what they got to do to make a win. So at that point, when lawyers and attorneys get involved, you already know that the game ain't going to be fair. Right? So she may have wanted things off the media, but the media was needed also in order to make this win come her way in some shape or form, right? So Tyree says, I have no clue who this person is. Says, how can you hate what's out there in the media and blogs when you all of this effing s out there? Stranger, none of your own friends know who you are or what you've become. Is that true? I don't know. Is that true? I don't know. Gold digger, gaslighter, narcissist, manipulator. Quick reminder: what was in the media sites was that I kicked you out of a 1 year, kicked you out and out. I kicked you and out 1 year at the 1 year old, the year-old child out of our house. So the reminder was the media sites was saying that I kicked you out the first year at the year-old child out of my house. You took the baby on your own. Interesting point. Change the locks and cut off the credit cards. You put those lies in the court documents that leaked to the press and media. That's what ended up on those media sites. You have been demanding 20,000 a month and refuse to let that go. One you own, one your own. You make on your own. You make 150K a year and a year out. Oh god, it's killing me, boy. On your own, you make 150K a year out of four. Tyrese is English. Out 4 year has all she needs. By the fourth year, you have everything you need. Greed and dark entitlement issues. Okay, for a woman who doesn't want money from me, um, from a woman who doesn't want money from me, you've already hired 3 different law firms. Now, is this true, Samantha? Can you confirm this? Why have you hired 3 particular law firms? I want to know. Trying to crack the prenuptial agreement, you drug this divorce trial out into almost 3 years, and now you're requesting a new trial with a jury. If that is, I don't know what the prenuptial agreement was, but if that is true, I can see why it looks like it's a money thing. I can see why it is a money grab. If that's the case from his perspective. I'm not gonna say it actually is, but I see. Because why would you go after the prenuptial again if you know you're getting 20K a month? Why are you trying to break the prenuptial agreement? He says nobody is sold. Oh, everyone can clearly see through your bullshit. Samantha, you're embarrassing me and everybody who's ever known you. Now, what's interesting is the fact that he says you're embarrassing me and everybody that's ever known you. I don't like that language. I don't know why. It just gives me a little bit of abusive vibes. You know what I mean? Like, when he says that, don't look up, look down. It's that kind of energy, that tone. I don't like that. I'll be honest with you. I don't like that, right? I hear what Tyrese is saying. I just don't like the way it's said. The marriage starting a family, nothing. It was all gold digging bullshit, and now it's obvious to the world that it was never love. It was just a transaction. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I don't know much about Samantha enough to be able to make that deduction, but I hear what you're saying. I came into this marriage with my heart. You came into it with your hand. Interesting. Why did you choose a woman that came into the marriage with her hand then? Because surely she would have been that way when they were outside of marriage, right? And your hand is still out. One of your best friends called me and said in a very sick and twisted way that you're enjoying all of this attention, media and press. And yet in this clip, you're once again gaslighting. It's attention, but it's the wrong type of attention. Look at all the women in your comments on your YouTube page. Nobody believe you. That's interesting. It's interesting that he said there's a friend that said that, there's a friend that obviously was backing his point of view in some sense. A best friend come on and calling him in a very sick and twisted way, like, why mention that? I think it's interesting that you mentioned that because I think, again, I'm trying to be fair across the board. Maybe there generally is a friend who obviously said those things, right? Who's letting you know that actually she is enjoying it. But it also could be the fact that sometimes people like to bring up fake friends that are not actually friends or that are partner to try and back their point by saying, hey, I have evidence, I have witnesses who are backing what I'm saying. I'll believe when I see it, Sha. I'm not saying that she is right. I'm not saying that he's right. I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm not saying he's wrong. What I'm saying is there needs to be a working out of the situation immediately. Okay? That's it. I think with Tyrese and Samantha, their biggest issue is that now Tyrese is going to war with Samantha every single time. And I feel like with Tyrese and Samantha's situation, what is key is for them to have peace and to be able to work together as co-parents, right? But in this moment, all we're seeing is kerfuffle, kerfuffle, kerfuffle. And I was going back onto Twitter and I typed in, typed in Tyrese and Zelly, and I realized he was trashing her the exact same way he's trashing this one. Now this one's a bit more, less trashing and more stating certain facts, but with Zelly was definitely far more emotional. That leads me to believe that either he changes his tactics or maybe he genuinely is feeling this particular way. He genuinely feels that she, stole from him or robbed him of something or whatever. He genuinely feels those particular thoughts. I think what Tyrese needs to look at now, those priorities. Why do I keep chasing the same woman? Right? Why do I keep cheating on my, why is it I keep having the same problems? Why do I keep choosing the same kind of woman? Question. Right? For me, I think they're both a problem, right? I think they're very much both a problem. I'll do a part 2 where I talk about even how he treated with Zelly, how after it makes me wonder whether there's something mad going on. I don't think necessarily he's a gold digger, but I can understand where he's coming from, right? 20K ain't easy. It ain't easy. That's